welcome everybody to the Learneezee podcast. Today we have Stefan Velickovic joining us. Stefan is a talented product manager for corporate planning solutions of Jedox. He is a founder of a web community, Jedox for Beginners, and a passionate blogger. Today we will talk about how he built bridges from Belgrade to Berlin. So, welcome, Stefan.
Hi, Andrew. Thank you for having me here.
Also, Patrick, our Learneezee founder. Now, Stefan, where are you originally from, and what languages do you speak?
So, I'm originally from Belgrade, Serbia, and it made me speaking Serbian language for sure. But since this was a different country back in the days, we all spoke same language. So, I could also brag that I talk Croatian or Montenegrin or Bosnian, basically all Slavic languages I could understand, more or less. Then, yeah, English. And when I was kid and most of my generation, we spent a lot of time watching TV with our grandmas, right? Since they were taking care of us. And my particular grandma was watching a lot of telenovelas. So by absorbing everything what she was watching, I managed to learn Spanish, not on the high level, but enough that I can understand TV shows when I watch today without subtitle. And yeah, German. I'm trying to learn German as well. I think today is my 1,620 some day on streak on the application.
Oh, wow.
So trying hard over there, but it's a little bit difficult. Yeah.
Join the club. German is a tough language to figure out.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because having learned the Slavic language, is German easier for you?
Yeah, I think grammatic is easier, but for me, more difficult part is learning the words, which are much longer than average Serbian word, let's say like this. And also somehow it feels that I cannot remember them easily. And obviously this accent umlauts which they have, I cannot make my tongue spelling this.
And as a student, was it languages that you were interested in, or what exactly did you grow up doing in Serbia?
Yeah, so I think from the time I spent with my grandma until I grew up, I spent a lot of time in front of TV or other media. And of course, I was interested to know everything about technology, especially when the internet started. And I think my parents actually discovered it in my early elementary school, and they signed up me for programming school, something like this, where I was kid, and then there were another kids which were with background who were interested to learn about programming. Imagine it's 2000, 2001, 2002, something like this. And yeah, programming and social media that didn't really exist. So we kind of were playing like with the basic stuff, but it kind of gave me some kind of passion about technology. So then in my high school and then later in uni, I enrolled to a computer science curriculum.
So, computer science and coding, these were quite a core of your student life, of your childhood. When did you finish your computer science degree?
So it was around 2014.
And how old were
I
you?
was 22, yeah.
22, and you moved from Belgrade to Dubai. So you completely moved, uprooted, left your family, and this was for school. Yeah, so this was more like a university.
It was more like a so internship. You probably need to do you need to do internship in the end of the year, right? Because the last semester you don't really study much. You more do practical work. And my opportunity for internship was in Dubai. So I was immediately kind of working there as a working student.
What was your experience like? I mean, I'm quite curious because for me, I can't even imagine it. And I don't know how it would be for you as well, coming from a place like Serbia, right?
Yes. I mean, I would say that I was a bit lucky that I didn't know what to expect since I never really had a job in Serbia. So for me, whatever I saw was like, this is how you need to do things. Dubai is very high-paced city, right? So everybody who came there, they didn't come to relax or to have fun or something. They came to work hard and to build something. Obviously, the environment is like that it pushes you all the time. So I felt like you need to do something like this as well and spend a lot of hours working on Jedox, but also on the different things which gave me opportunity there.
So Jedox right away, right out of school.
Correct.
Yeah. So that was an internship with Jedox in Dubai.
Yes.
Wow. Did they interview you? Did they test you on how Jedox worked at the time back then?
So this was like a partner company of Jedox, and they did test me about some basic IT stuff, but not how Jedox works. I think it was not really easy to find anybody who knows about Jedox 2014.
It's
So
true.
yeah, they gave me a chance. Yeah.
And before we even move on, for our listeners, what exactly is Jedox? If you could explain it in the most summarized way, just for people to understand it very plainly.
Yes. So Jedox is something usually called CPM tool, or let's say financial tool for planning. It's usually used by businesses to plan their data, which could be financial, sales, or any type of data. And this is where Patrick and me actually met.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, just to fully disclose. Yeah, then we're going too far into the future. Right now we're in 2014.
So yeah, doing a working internship with Jedox, and you're in Dubai.
I the interesting thing is when you are in this type of internship with student organization, you meet people who all around the world came with the same goal, right? So they didn't work in the same company, but we had a community there, and this type of community helped me over this difficult period when I just joined. And that was more for me important than actual work in the beginning, because opening my mind to different cultures, nationalities, everything, what how the people perceive each other, learn new things, learn how to behave in some place, because Serbia is was pretty closed until some period of time. So I really enjoyed being in this environment, and of course they helped me find myself, find the energy for work.
Yeah, I have a question about that community because I mean, I've never been to Dubai, but obviously they're culturally very Muslim. Was that ever a conflict for you in terms of the lifestyle, or like how did you navigate that as a young 22-year-old in that world? You know.
True. I mean, this period started kind of to open up for foreigners in sense that it will loosen up some type of rules for them. So I never had ever any issue or anything else with anybody there. I must say that also population of UAE is mostly like expats. So my friends there who I met, they were rarely local people, so I didn't really have much to kind of communicate with them. But as part of that, at least in that period of time, it was pretty easy.
And so you were there, I think you said for 2 years, right?
Actually, 4 years. Yeah,
More or
4 years.
less. 4 years,
Yeah.
wow. And all of this was still work oriented. So you got a lot of experience with this JDocs software, and then you moved to Germany. What inspired that move?
Correct, yes. So after 4 years, I discovered that maybe I want to put this my professional level on. So, and being closer to HQ, which is like a headquarters of Jedox, made me move. I wanted to be close to the people who know more than me, right? Because that's the only way to evolve, to learn more stuff. So that was one of the reasons, and I would say also work-life balance. I think that work-life balance in Germany is better than maybe some other places. You miss nature after 4 years. It's a desert over there, very hot, and you miss rain. You miss rain and sun and forest in Freiburg. It's a lot of nature around, and I really love coming there after 4 years.
Yeah, that's really nice. Actually, not just the nature, but also the systems. Yeah, I mean, you spoke about Dubai being this high speed energy. You said you were with a lot of foreigners that were doing international things, and so you didn't really experience that conservative culture. But in Germany, it's definitely way more rule bound and way more conservative. That to me, it's like a serious shift in system. Was that something that you were more accustomed to, or was that also quite a different experience for you?
This was definitely a different experience because, again, I didn't have anybody in Germany, especially in this Freiburg place where I moved. And I believe maybe it will sound stupid, but there is this saying. I think it's something like when you're in Rome, behave like a Roman, or when you come, you just need to respect how the things are going around. I didn't find it difficult for me. I just said, okay, in my brain, I need to do this reset button, right? And let's start collecting the data from the beginning. And in some ways, I really like how the Germany is organized. People will complain about bureaucratic things and things, but I mean, it really depends where you come from. But the order is there, so uh, I really like that you can feel safe. Let's say like this.
Sure. Yeah. Um, okay. Now, I mean, what does a normal weekday feel like for you in Berlin? I mean, you were in Freiburg and then Berlin is another big city. Is there anything that feels foreign there? Or is it surprisingly familiar compared to maybe your time in Dubai or even in Serbia?
So I love Berlin. I think it's very awesome. But of course, it's very different from Dubai, obviously for cultural reasons, but also from Freiburg because from the smaller place, which was much more focused on like chill life, let's say like that. Here, everything is fast paced and everybody, I mean, it's a capital in the end of the day. But I really like that how everything is much more diverse here, and very open minded place. I like how people generally mind their own business, but they're also there to help if necessary.
And is there a small habit or ritual that you picked up there that you think you'll carry with you forever in Berlin?
Let's see. I mean, I would say now I will always think about taking a bike in comparing to anything else.
But yeah, of course,
Uh,
you got that from Freiburg, probably.
yes, yes, for sure. I think before, especially in Dubai, you always think about the car concept, but it's much beautiful to ride a bike around, and it could be a little habit. But obviously, I got more organized here when I arrived because I also came in a different age of my life. I also came here to move with my partner. So especially living with a partner really teach me different things, organizing myself better, and I really enjoy it, especially in this part of life. It's very necessary. Yeah.
Understood, yeah.
And in Serbia, there's this reputation, and you could argue with it, but people in Serbia, they're very resourceful, but they're also skeptical of authority and they're very direct, yeah? And with that, spending your early life inside Serbia, what do you carry from that time that shows up in how you think and work today?
True. So you mentioned like authority. Yeah, we are difficult with with authorities. Um I would say direct, but I would not say that really being born in this geographical region brings anything to my brain differently. But I think I would, maybe because I'm too much in Germany now, so I adopted completely.
I see it kind of, I mean, when I was doing my research on Serbia, there are a lot of cool examples that come to my mind of people that aren't waiting for ideal conditions. They kind of just get in and they solve problems, and not even solve problems, but besides Tesla in the 1980s, during a time when importing Western tech was really hard in Yugoslavia, this guy Voja Antonic, you know, he invented this Galaxija computer. How do you pronounce it? Do you know what
Galaxia.
I'm talking about? Galaxia, genau. And he it was this do-it-yourself personal computer, and he published it so that everybody in Yugoslavia can kind of build their own personal computers when it was really hard to get it from the West. You know, and I don't know, I just see these parallels in the way that you do your development of software with Jedox and this kind of builder mentality.
He provided open source code. I mean, I'm just now joking, but yeah, it could be the true because I think resources not really available in this point of time when I was kid, especially due to sanctions and different reasons. But the parents always or environment always wanted to do the same thing like the kids do everywhere else. So let's build it, like scrap it for something. And I also learned because my father was doing multiple jobs and learned different skills, which kind of embedded in my brain that having more skills, different one, could help you in your life eventually. And that's how I did. So even in Dubai later on, in the late age of my university, I tried to learn new skills, like maybe building websites, doing homework for other students. Well, yeah, it helped me really to learn different things, and I wanted to broaden up my
Understood. So it's part of the culture to have like a Renaissance man's mentality that you shouldn't just only focus on just being the best in one area, but to have a toolkit that you can access. Yeah.
I would say that my father didn't want to pay for somebody who knows how to do stuff. He wants to learn by himself.
Understood. Yeah. Yeah. Why, right? Do it yourself. Yeah. I like that mentality. Well, yeah, that's definitely something that we see in your website, Jedox for Beginners. But if you don't mind, uh, I am interested in talking a little about one thing from Jedox from Beginners, right? Because I saw that, and I downloaded it, the Euro Cup rating model that you created. And yeah, I'm also a JDocs developer, and I was just so impressed by what you were able to build in JDocs that nobody would think about building, you know? And for me, it's always great to see that kind of creativity because it allows people to access the software in a way that they wouldn't normally access it. And what inspired you to even do that, Because it's a business software. It's not usually thought of as something that you could do something fun like that.
Yes. So I think that I always had a little bit of entrepreneurial spirit, and Jedox allows you to build things in their own platform, usually for businesses. But doing everything could become a little bit boring, right? So you want to do this popular thinking out of the box type of thought. And the trend here in Germany, people like football, and I was thinking, what is the best way to place our product, let's say like this, than building something which is trendy, hyped, and obviously useful? Because really, when I built this and introduced to a company, almost all people who were there wanted to play, and I didn't even expect. So I needed to kind of work on my performance because I didn't really expect that people will join. And then I also publish it on my blog, so other companies also can use it in their own premise and have fun a little bit, because in the end of the day, we want to work hard, but we also like to enjoy. And I think this particular model was very helpful. And I think I will be using it the same one for the all future World Cups, because it's really designated in that way. But yeah, I mean, the reason, maybe now I can go on blog if that's fine.
Please do.
So my goal was a little bit different in the beginning. When I joined in Freiburg the office, I will gain a lot of knowledge from different people, and obviously you need to share with somebody. You don't need, but it's a nice thing to share. If somebody shared to you, you should share around. And I become a little subject matter expert for different topics. So I decided, okay, let me write all the things which I know to some place, and then just share links. It kind of get to some level where become a little bit famous in these circles. And I'm very happy that I did it, because now people are much more knowledgeable. Just for, maybe I didn't even mention, the blog is about, it's for beginners who start using the Jedox. So they usually come from university or from some other software, and it's a bit difficult for them to understand, especially when you read a lot of theory, knowledge base. So I try to make it easier for them with their own data to build their own stuff. For example, there was also a model about building financial dashboards from the stock market, which you have a lot of tools for that, but why not showing our tool can also do the same? And I like now when people Google certain things that my website appears and help them.
I sneaked in a few checks on a couple of basics from JDocs for beginners, even though I'm not a beginner. I wasn't a beginner back then, but it has some really fundamental instructions on how to set up very important models. All of these things, sometimes you need some fundamental knowledge, and you cover it quite well in a very easy to understand way in the blog. So yeah, chapeau, good work.
I really like this concept of this building aspect. So I just wanted to know, when it comes to your blog and making this kind of bridge, making university students understand this complex software, do you feel like that's something that you've been doing in your entirety of your career so far? Because you're from Serbia, and that's already a bridge between the East and the West. And then you go to Dubai, and then you come to Germany, and there's always this kind of this bridge that you kind of have to cross, this kind of translation between different languages.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds nice when you say like that. I never thought from direction. But in the end of the day, I try really to bridge the gap between the new users who just come. And I think having this in mind all the time, I was like, okay, let's make it easy for everybody else. I try every day with that. Not sure if it works or not. Feedback is so far good. But like you say, also bridging it. It's funny. I mean, I must add that I had also before, which was when I was in Dubai, and it was called Serbia in Dubai. Very creative name, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I in that one I was also there. I was more bridging between the cultures, where I was writing more about how Serbs, who are they, what's their culture, heritage, what they do at their home, what's the places to travel to. So just to bring a little bit visibility to the place, so people can eventually travel there, maybe spend a few euros, boost our
Nice.
economy. You never know.
Understood. Understood.
And yeah, so that was the first thing which I did, which was really helpful to kind of bring my confidence, build a confidence for the future projects. And the one for beginners came to my mind. I was already knew how to be engaged with the audience,
Nice.
and I knew who my target group.
So I do want to return back to one thing, because I just really think it's very an interesting topic for me. It's something that I found out while I was doing research, that remittances are very important to Serbian culture. Yeah. And these remittances come from all over the world, but actually most of it comes from places like Germany and Austria. And they have this data that I saw that from 2014 to 2023, foreign investments were higher than remittances from abroad only in the year 2019 and 2021. And you said that you were doing this Serbia in Dubai to kind of bring light to Serbian culture and try to encourage people to go to Serbia. And, that's kind of a way to get more foreign investment. But then there's also this aspect of remittances. I just would want you to comment on it. Is this something that you're also doing? Are you also sending remittances back to Serbia?
Yeah. So we have this funny thing, right? We say all of us have a rich auntie in Germany. If you don't have, you're the one. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, from the young age, we always had somebody in Germany who was supporting the family closer, or like maybe distant relative, but it really is embedded somehow in the brain. I think I do it for sure in some ways to whoever I know, try to help if I can. But other people doing too. I think it's a generational thing as well. I remember my first bike came because I had a cousin who used to live abroad and brought and give him 100 Deutsche
Oh,
Marks.
nice.
I
Nice.
still remember it. I think it was Clara Schumann. I mean, I still remember, even though I was very young, I still remember how the bill looked.
Yeah.
And because of that, I bought a bike. And obviously, you get it, you give back to community. That's how it should go.
Understood. Understood. So it's
And
still a very important part of the culture to give back, so that the next generation can have a better life. That's wonderful. So
Yes, for sure.
we're
Yeah.
coming.
what then would
Yes.
you want somebody just arriving in Germany from the Balkans to know?
All right. So, apart from make sure to have your papers, I would also advise them to, I mean, not to back down, right? I really want them to know their value, know their worth, to open their views for sure, and to adapt. That's very important. It will not be ever like a home, friend, family afar, but in the end of the day, flights are cheap. So you can always go back and visit them. But if you want to come here to work and to have different lifestyle, you should come and just focus on that. And it will not be difficult. You will find a lot of like-minded people like you, and it will help you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Wonderful. All right. So now, final question. Right? You're currently working on a YouTube channel to share quick tips on Jedox. Um, So, what excites you most about using video as a medium, and how do you see this project evolving in the coming years? This is the big, YouTube project. Are you doing a lot of recording right now for that, or what's going on? Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, recording is
Oh, Oh, cool.
Also published. You can check it out if you're interested. But yeah, thanks for the question. Yes, for sure. I think that blogging is nice, but it's probably a bit dying art, right? Because now we have a lot of medias around. We like to watch, we like to see it fastly, right? So we become a little bit lazy to read. And apart from writing, to be honest, I mean, writing is still because even though people like to watch, they still like to copy paste things. And you in a tech thing, writes programming, little snippets, you always need to copy paste thing, which will makes you easier. So definitely I will keep this way of doing things as well. But I also did made this channel for the other ones who like more to watch. And I think it's important to have visibility on that media as well.
That's great.
And yes, I have ideas a lot for future. I'm product manager in my non-free time, right?
Of course.
Backlog is full
I bet.
of the different items. But apart from doing really videos and things, I would like to encourage people to join the community. And I think this is going in this direction, especially who also a little bit more veterans in our software to come to maybe post some knowledge there, share with other people, and also get some visibility on their side, right? Because most people who are working with Jedox could be all having their own consultancy companies, and maybe this could be also nice visibility for them to prove that they know what they do, and maybe they could have their own space there, writing about what they like to, challenging maybe other consultants or people in their directions. And yeah, not to hide anything from each other, because we like to be open there and help each other. And that will be, I think, my next goal, to try to broaden up community with
Wonderful.
knowledgeable people to share. Yeah.
All right. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
a lovely
Stefan.
interview. Yeah, so it was a wonderful chat with Stefan, and we'll link to his new videos and to his website. And just to let everyone know, Learneezee is a educational organization, and we're trying to expand outside of just not just languages, which we started with, but into technology. So thank you for this opportunity, Stefan, for letting us to talk about technical stuff that that was a part of my world for many years. And check us out online. We have a YouTube page, learneezee.com. We have a Learneezee newsletter on Medium, and I'm done for the day. Just I want to tell everyone, just keep learning easy. Okay, bye bye.